Zales Corporate agrees. The day after we contacted headquarters, Z got a call from Texas and an apology.
No, I understand that, but it's the bad business that has brought us here in the first place.
It's incredibly smoky. Firefighters here in Cahokia doing their very best to put out a big apartment fire.
Can't be signing for customers.
Typically, no. No, I mean, that's not something that we
Typically or
no,
never? And now the company is charging them over $1,000 to get out of that lease. Can you explain that? Ma'am, what's on the list this morning?
Carpet cleaner.
All right, carpet cleaner, there you go. Nothing says happy holidays like some carpet cleaner. They were only gonna offer a refund if we didn't do our report. Well, that is not how we operate. Pamela got a call from a supervisor, and guess what? Problem solved. But then again, Pamela's heard that before. Police say that man was found right here on the platform of the Arch Laclede's Landing Metrolink station. We're told he was shot in the stomach and died here on the platform. News 4 has learned the major case squad will take over a homicide investigation in the Metro East. Are you going to give them any sort of refund or give them their money back?
On this? Oh, no, I'm just going to give her a TV set back.
But don't
I give her a refund.
Well, Claire, you can see the orange glow behind me here. That fire is still burning. The most important thing to pass along this morning, officials working closely with this situation say no one was injured. As we get a closer look here at this fire, I can tell you that officials with the company that run and operate the pipeline say that the main fire is out, but the flames that you see are just from other fires that started as a result of the original explosion. That explosion happened just after midnight. People as far away as Sedalia, about 15 miles from here, say their home shook as a result of that explosion. Now, the pipeline is operated by Panhandle Eastern. That company is based in Houston, Texas. An officer with the company again saying that that main fire is out, the valve is shut off, and crews right now are investigating what happened. Now, what we're looking into this morning is there any connection here to the explosion that happened in 2008? That is when this line ruptured. Investigators at that time found corrosion to the pipe caused that explosion. If that's the cause here, we won't just know for probably several hours and possibly several days. So, as you continue to get a glimpse at this fire this morning, we can let you know a little bit more about the area around this fire. Actually, as the sun has started to come up here, I've been able to get a closer view. There are actually homes on the other side of the road here. Looks like a small family farm. We're going to do our best to try to see if we can't speak with some of those people to see what this was like for them. Andre, at this point, firefighters are going through the home right now to put out any hot spots. They tell me that they believe the fire started in the basement of the home you see behind me here and then quickly spread to the second floor. That is where a man was sleeping. I just spoke with him a few minutes ago. He tells me that he first smelled the smoke and then, thankfully, he had a working fire alarm that went off, alerted him. He was then able to go downstairs right through the front door and leave the home actually before firefighters arrived. Firefighters said that they really did have some difficulties when they first got here. There are bars on the basement windows, and they actually had to take those bars down, cut them down so that they could get in the home and begin to go in and start inspecting and seeing if there needed to be any sort of rescue. I want to pass along some more information from that man that I spoke with. Here's what he had to say. Absolutely terrifying way to wake up. He said he's lived here for over 30 years. Very thankful this morning to have gotten out of this house fire alive. I've also gotten more information from firefighters about the report of a firefighter possibly being burned in this fire. They say that did happen, but that firefighter is going to be okay. I'm still working to get more details. We'll pass those along before the show is finished this morning. Claire, Andre, back to you.
How's the ride?
Thank you.
If you didn't know this was the first day of classes Thursday at Oakville High School, you could mistake it for any other day at any other school in any other state.
I'm excited. I want to be here. Woo!
But when Oakville bus number 2 arrived around 7 a.m. and bus number 1 followed about 20 minutes later, the Riverview Gardens transfer students who poured out might as well have been taking their first steps onto the moon. Teens in an unfamiliar place, taking risks with hopes of reaping reward. What do you want everyone to know about Riverview students who've chosen to transfer out of that district?
They made a good choice. They have a better chance of getting to college.
A chance granted by lawmakers and instituted by educators, many of whom have shorter rides to work than some of these transfer students do to school.
Yes, sir. Very early start. What time do you have to wake up? Just at
4:30.
4:30?
Yes.
What do you think about that?
It's crazy because I'm not used to waking up at 4:30 every morning just to go to school.
And then about an hour and a half bus ride?
It's longer than I'm usually used to.
For parents, some frustration.
This is not a solution right here. This is way far from where we live at.
The Missouri Supreme Court's ruling allowing students in unaccredited school districts to transfer to schools in nearby, better performing districts set off an exodus of roughly 2,600 Riverview Gardens and Normandy students who see this as their golden ticket to a brighter educational future. Melville Superintendent Eric Knost says the plan needs to evolve.
Once we've got the school year rolling, then I think that's when it's time to sit down, talk to the state representatives, talk to all of the stakeholders and figure out how do we go forward with this, keeping kids at the center of all of our decisions.
For now, the kids will be the center of attention, hopefully for all the right reasons.
I want to go to college, so I need this.
I'm Mike Colombo, News 4.
So when I deep clean a stove, I mean I literally take it apart.
Peggy Blair knows clean. She's owned her own cleaning company for decades. She also knows dirty and says she's the victim of some dirty dealing.
Have you ever had a client take this long to pay you?
Never, 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 never.
Peggy cleaned for years at the fashionable Montclair on the Park apartments across from Forest Park. 2 years ago, she stopped because the owners stopped paying her.
Since then, I've had one payment in 2 years of $550 for 2 invoices, but I still have several invoices totaling $2,255 that are not paid.
And enough is enough, you want your money.
Oh yes, I definitely need my money.
You can call this the story of Peggy and Goliath. In this case, Goliath is Kohner Properties, owner or manager of 21 apartment communities in St. Louis and many more in 4 states. Kohner occupies the entire 13th floor in the University Club Tower in Richmond Heights. Wait, 13th floor? Oh, that's not a good sign. Still, I decided to pay them a visit on Peggy's behalf.
Anyone who might be able to speak to Peggy Blair, Superior Cleaning Company.
A Kohner officer tells me the company has around 20 staffers in the office and 200 more out running their buildings. Yet they couldn't find anyone to talk about Peggy's invoices.
There's got to be someone else here who's familiar with the account.
I got tired of waiting. Peggy is tired of waiting too.
It really hurt me. I had a real struggle that first year until I finally got my feet squared away, and you know, I've learned to live without it, but it would be real nice to get it.
Well, Peggy, we got better than nice. We got great. Oddly enough, on the same morning I was in Kohner's offices, someone from Kohner called Peggy to settle the score. After 2 years of waiting, Peggy is finally getting paid. In fact, she just got the first check. I'm Mike Colombo, News 4.